Hello, welcome to Life is Strange Double Exposure, Episode 3. So I have notes from the previous episode, obviously, which I've organised. The main thing, of course, is that Safi's been murdered. The inciting event has occurred. We knew it was going to happen. This is a murder mystery. It was given away in the trailer. The question is, why is Safi dead and who's the killer? So let's look at what we know, starting from the point of view of Max, who's the closest thing we have to an eyewitness. Max and her involuntary flashbacks, where her mind travels back to Arcadia Bay, the night the storm hit, she hears Chloe's voice, the EAS message being broadcast. Are they simply traumatic memories breaking through from the past into the present, as they do for all of us in real life sometimes? Or are they, as back then, a premonition, a foreshadowing, a warning sign, the prelude to some other catastrophic thing that's going to happen to us in this story, apart from Safi's murder, of course, which is fairly catastrophic, just as the storm destroyed Arcadia Bay? Added to this, twice in episode 2, the act of taking a photograph with her camera caused Max to feel woozy. The second time she actually blacked out. When she came to, her nose was bleeding. That's the sign of her rewind power having been used, and she could see that she was confused and alarmed when she saw that blood and made the connection in her mind. And yet, she's mystified, because she hasn't consciously tried to use her rewind power. She's abstained from using it for 10 years. She has no memory of using her rewind power. Also, while Max was running up to the slope, several strange things happened. She saw some weird lights, tangible, coloured lights in her path, only for a brief moment. Also, while on her way up to the overview, she spotted Safi, heard her exclaim something, heard a gunshot, and then saw Safi still walking around afterwards. That's very strange. And talking of rewind power, I said I was going to test it to see if it still existed, but when I tried triggering the rewind power using my controller, as in Life is Strange, it just didn't work. So if she does still have her rewind power, the player isn't in control of it at the moment, and I'm wondering what is happening in the game, what event is happening in the game, what circumstance is happening that's sparking it, that's triggering it back to life after a decade of it being allowed to lie dormant. Why here? Why now? And if time has been rewound, and Max didn't rewind it, then by whom and for what purpose? Let's move on to Safi. Examining the crime scene, I went back and checked the build-up to the discovery of Safi's body again, and there's only a single set of footprints in the snow on the path leading up to the overview before Max goes up there. They have to be Safi's footprints. It wasn't actively snowing. Anyone else's prints would still be as fresh and visible as Safi's, or nearly so. So was the killer already up there waiting for her? That would mean they either had to have guessed correctly that Safi would go up there, and that coincidence seems wildly unlikely, or if the killer perhaps was the person she was talking to on the phone, they may have arranged for Safi to meet them there, intending to kill her. I don't think Safi had even planned to go to the overview before she had that mysterious phone call. That was what caused her to wander off and react the way she did. So perhaps that did happen. Or maybe the location was purely opportunistic. The killer could have been watching Safi and just followed her up there, but used a shortcut to get to that place, something we haven't seen as yet. That would explain the absence of the second set of tracks. Something else that's strange though. When Max arrives on the scene, she finds Safi's body sitting normally and upright on the bench, having been shot. And yet, seconds earlier, while Max was climbing up to the overview, there was Safi on her feet, pacing back and forth after the shout and the gunshot. Why would Safi sit down and then get herself shot? Surely if she was on her feet and a potential assailant approached, she would not have sat down, quite the opposite. If she was already standing, she would have attempted to run away. Something's screwy here. My notes, you should see my notes. It just doesn't add up. Another thing I'm desperate to know talking about that phone call is the content of it. She was deadly pale and serious when she answered her mobile. She identified herself using her full name. It sounded very formal. And then she quickly took herself away. off from Max and Moses so that they wouldn't overhear her conversation. Was that just common courtesy, or was it some sudden need for absolute privacy? What was it that was said that disturbed Safi so? One minute she's laughing, joking around, drinking, having fun with her friends. The next, she's off, stress smoking, taking her feelings out on a snowman on her way up to the overview. And she looked very animated too, annoyed, angry, upset about something when Max saw her. The content and the context of that phone call is a crucial bit of evidence we do not have. So given that there are these big unanswered questions, there are some things we do know from episode 2. It either has to be a random killing, I say either, there are 3 things, a robbery or premeditated. If it's one of the first 2, then we have nothing to go on as yet. But if it's the latter, if someone set out that night intending to kill Safi specifically, and if it's a character from the Caledon environment, then what enemies does Safi have? The absence of clues is painful. No one in her current contacts that we met so far has given off the vibe that they would want to do her harm. If we think about it in terms of suspects, motive and opportunity, Moses is someone we know. He seems reliable. He knows Safi better than anyone we've met, I would say. They seem very genuine friends. If we're being uber suspicious though, he had an alibi of course, because he was at his telescope with the computers and other instruments at the time when Safi was shot. Amanda the barkeep, we've met her. She seems very genuine, but she will have been chained to her bar with dozens of witnesses to support that fact when Safi met her death. In fact, everyone in the bar can alibi one another if we think about it. So maybe we should also exclude Yasmin. I can't believe Safi's own mother had a motive for killing her, but neither do we have absolute proof of her innocence as yet. Yasmin had been attempting to call Safi at the time Safi was on her mobile, having that black hole conversation come argument with someone. So I guess the authorities could look into Yasmin's phone records and maybe location data could clear her if she needed to be. Really, that's all we've got to go on. Assuming the killer wasn't a random stranger, and surely a total stranger appearing on campus would have drawn attention to themselves and suspicion, then everyone else without an alibi, some of them we've met, others we've only heard of by name, all Safi's students and colleagues, everyone in her life to this point remains a possible suspect. That is one heck of a list. We've got to start narrowing this down somehow. So let's go back to Max. The obvious limiting factor here, I'm sure, has occurred to you as well. We know Max has refrained from using her power since Arcadia Bay. The signs are that she may even have lost it. Safi's death must be giving her a sense of déjà vu. She used her power once before to try to save Chloe. Dare she, try again? This time to try to save Safi. The question might be moot, because if Max no longer has voluntary control of her rewind ability, then she can't go back in time either to fix things or investigate what happened, and even if she discovers she still has her power buried deep somewhere within herself and can reignite it, the implications, the risk, given what happened to Arcadia Bay after she tried interfering with time there, is Max, even if she's capable, willing to put herself through that level of stress again? Right, that's it. That's the stage we're at with the investigation, which has barely begun. Too long didn't read. A sack full of questions needing answers. Let's get back to Caledon and see where we go from the aftermath of the night before.
Don't say that! I won't trade you! No matter what you choose, I know you'll make the right decision. I'll always be with you. Forever.
Still having those flashbacks. Okay, I have no idea what to expect here. Very somber music. Happy, sad memory. She's got a photo wall.
Welcome to the wall, Safi.
Oh, she still does take instant photographs, looking at the aspect ratio of those ones.
Shit. Fuck.
Something missing? Your clock looks just like mine. I've just noticed. That's weird. Something is missing.
Damn, Chloe. I thought I lost you. Again.
Now that is telling.
I literally just got chills all over my neck. You have powers. You can rewind time, Max. That's fucking insane. No, Chloe. What's fucking insane is that being able to rewind time has only caused me more problems. And more heartbreak.
That's a fond memory though, isn't it? Look.
If high school Max could see the places I've seen. The people I've met.
Okay. Am I meant to... Oh, we're meant to look at some of these. Let's look at... We'll look at Punk Show first.
The bassist from the Agnostic Femmes named Faith. A punk band out of Oakland. She was... enthusiastic.
And talented as well, I hope, too. That's a good photograph. If that was taken with her instant camera, that's come out really well, actually. I would imagine the lighting would have been appalling. Me and Chloe we are going to look at me and Chloe. When she speaks of Chloe, if you looked at her facial expression there, the reminiscence was a fond one. It was the time rewinding aspect of it which she was blaming for causing the problems. She wasn't blaming Chloe.
We had a huge blow-up not long after we took this. I'm glad to only remember the photo, and not the fight.
Okay. That's interesting. But then, you know, it's not a bed of roses, is it, life? Maybe they were just going through stuff. Maybe part of it was related to the shared experience they'd had and their different take on it. I know, you know, there's this theory about people growing apart, obviously. I'm not sure about Chloe and Max in that context. It's a long time. We don't know how after the events of Arcadia Bay they did break up. It is a long time. It's not so much that people change, it's that events alter people. And their life experiences didn't stop when Arcadia Bay happened. Things will have happened to them after that too. It's hard to countenance.
That makes me absolutely basic. I would 100% retire there.
Yeah, I mean the colour of the houses is amazing, isn't it? The way they sort of blend together like that and contrast as well. And the sky as well. Astonishing. What were you doing in Mexico? Is this one of your many travels on your photographic journey? Cool dog.
Her name was Chloe. I thought that was a sign. It wasn't.
A sign of what? Loyalty? It's very deep, that, Max. Too deep for us, I think. Did anybody else make anything of that? I thought it was a sign. She thought she'd get on with the dog because its name was Chloe.
Milagros Midwest. A Mexican joint in Iowa run by the amazing Francia. Best enchiladas I ever had.
I'd have to say, you can tell Max has photographic talent, can't you? One of the things about instant cameras, those people who've ever used one, is that they are unforgiving. With a digital camera, you can take 100 shots and it costs you nothing, and you keep the one that you like the best. With an instant camera, every shot you take uses up your film stock and reduces the capacity to continue taking good shots. And I've had one. My wife had an instant camera. I think we were given it, actually. We were given it as a present, which we used quite a lot. But I'd certainly say only half of the photographs we took with it were the sort that you would keep. And the other half were, something goes wrong, the lighting is wrong, something gets in the way, an expression changes on the person that you're taking the photograph of, they blink. The stuff that happens in photographs. Max has a talent. I think even Max's bad, discarded photographs would be way better than the average person's. And it's more evidence of her travels as well, isn't it? That's what this wall is. This is a time wall.
If I could undo your death, Safi, I'd do it without a second thought.
And that is what I want to know. Can you undo it? Also, I've just realised, I think I've seen that cup somewhere as well, that mug, in my travels recently as well. Something very similar to it. Have we looked at all of these now? I think we have. Oh, the me and Chloe. I mean, it's just... Yeah, they clearly did fall out about stuff, didn't they? Okay, we'll exit. Yeah, I mean, that's a mixed bag of memories. And the main thing on her mind has to be Safi. Could I, should I, rewind time, even if I can? Answer your phone, Max. Could be your parents again, those people you ignore all the time? Oh no, it's everybody else checking in on her. And they are, look at them. Wow. Amanda. That's it, Max, I'm coming over. Brought it on yourself. Apologies for the edit there. I had to stop because my phone went. We are expecting an arrival in the family soon, and any messages that come through, I have to check. So please bear with me about that. It wasn't anything significant, by the way. Hey, Max, where are you? I'm doing my best not to lose my... And it is not working. Moses is not getting a reply. Update. Went to my lab to think, but still freaking out. Please get back to me when you can. I assume you're also processing what happened, and I get that, but I'm feeling all alone here. Are you okay, Max? Any sign at all would be greatly appreciated right about now. All right, I'm going to try to get some sleep. Emphasis on try. Hope you're able to do the same. Finally, Max responds. Moses, I'm so sorry, I'm just now texting you back. I've been in a fugue state ever since, and the thought of even looking at my phone made me more depressed. I hear you, Max. It's hard enough to deal with this, and harder still thinking I was dealing with it alone. I know, and I'm sorry, you're not alone. Not in this, not in anything. Thanks, Max. I should try to get a little rest before tomorrow. And if you get the energy to come to campus, come find me. We should talk. Deal, I'll see you tomorrow. Well, it's morning, somehow. Sleep was pretty much non-existent. Imagine you didn't sleep much either. I'm scheduled to meet with Yasmin today, and I'm not sure what to do. Wish me luck, I guess. I think the other ones that had dots, because they all went off when I stopped, were Amanda and Yasmin. So we'll do those. Okay. Max, I just heard about Safi. You okay, hun? No need to respond, I just want to check in. Okay, I lied, I'm worried, and a response would help, but I understand. That's it, Max, I'm coming over. She gave up waiting. Her patience was exhausted. Yasmin. This is long. Maxine? Maxine, where are you? I haven't heard from Sophia, and I'm starting to worry. Did you tell her I'm not mad about her splurging at the snapping turtle? I know how impulsive she can be. She's not answering her phone. I don't know what to do. Maxine, please, if you hear from her, call me immediately, or have her call me. Oh, and this is the bit after she got the news. My God, Maxine, I am lost. I am so lost. The detectives from Lakeport Police Department just left. I told them to speak with you. Inshallah, you have more information for them than I can provide. She was my only child. I did everything to protect her, and yet still this. I'll be in my office today. Maybe work will take my mind off it. Please come by if you're able. Work did not take my mind off it. I saw her everywhere I looked. I came home after 45 minutes and slept for 11 hours. Why aren't you answering your phone? Are you angry with me? I would understand, but silence is most painful of all. Grieve however you must, but please don't shut me out. Not now, not like this. I'll be in my office again today. I don't know what else to do. I do not know what else to do. Oh, wow. Okay, and we've got crosstalk to go to as well. Now, some of these I think we will have seen before and some of them we will not. I'm going to take them in order, starting with Vin. This looks new. www.timelessobits.com. Sophia Llewellyn Fayad. Tyler replies, I'm so sorry, dude. Liz, sending my love. She was an amazing person. Reggie, are you okay? And then Yasmin, oh goodness me.
I hate imagining what Yasmin went through writing this post.
How on earth can you... Why did she have to do that? Surely someone on the staff would have stepped in to do this for her. As some already know, the student we lost yesterday was my daughter, Sophia. I will continue to serve as president, but I will be grieving. Please respect my privacy during this difficult time. Lucas, you are incredibly selfless for continuing your work. Safi would be proud. Talia, please contact the board if you find you're having any difficulties. We're here to help. Livia, I am so sorry. We already miss her. Wow. Amanda. That's new. When I started open mic night, I was terrified no one would come. Safi was first to sign up. She read this gorgeous poem honouring a dead friend. She never signed up again. She was like a match, burned brightly and left as fast as she came. R.I.P. Safi. Wish we'd had you a little longer. Yara chimes in, rest in peace, Safi. Melissa, I am so sorry, Amanda. If you need anything, please give us a call. Vin, thank you for this. Okay. I think we probably need... Oh, here are Diamond. 24 hours later and still no word about the death of a grad student on campus. A grad student who was the daughter of Caledon's president. Really? Vanetta. I know this ain't the same Caledon that was voted safest campus in the northeast. If you need me to come get you, let me know, D. Reggie. I can't believe she's really gone. We literally saw her last night at the Turtle. Loretta. Well, if the school isn't going to act, I will. Let me do a little digging and see what turns up. Whoa. Loretta's turning into an amateur sleuth. Gwen. Sophia Llewellyn Fayad was a strong, talented woman with endless potential. She's a loss to this world that I will never forget. My heart goes out to her family. I hope we get some answers soon. Robin. If we do, it won't be from the cops. They're dragging their feet. Imani. I can't believe this happened on campus. Jane. What was she doing out there by herself anyway? Anna. She was too young. Wow. Loretta. Oh, this is actually a report of it happening. Coming in hot from the police scanner. Shots fired on Caledon's campus. One person was struck. And then must have been a little bit later. We have no times on these, unfortunately. The person struck was grad student Safi Llewellyn Fayad, and she did not survive. Pauline. Oh my God, true crime happening right in your backyard. And Charlie. Hey, let's remember that this is a real person Loretta probably knows. Loretta. I can't believe this is happening here. Lionel. Loretta, please call me. People worried about her. Lucas. I've heard the unfortunate news about the death of our colleague Sophia Llewellyn Fayad. I was sadly reminded of a line from my father's book. Death comes for us all on a whim and with no regard for our imagining. I am sorry to all who loved her and could not imagine this. No, you're not alone. Yasmin replied, Thank you so much for your kind words, Professor Camonero. Lucas, of course, and if you need anything, I'm here. Izzy, JC, you're hamming this up. Lucas, have some respect. A young woman died. Izzy, and you're blabbing about you and your daddy. Alexa, it's amazing how cruel people can be when they're able to hide their face. Joey, but it's like your book said, our souls fly on. My heart goes out to you, Lucas. Wow.
Shit. Oh. My place is a mess.
Yes, snap back to reality here.
Shit.
And less with the expletives. Okay.
Can't let Amanda see the mess downstairs.
Get dressed, tidy up.
Change out of my pajamas too.
Yes, you better had. I'm just wondering, there is stuff to look at around here. Poetry books.
I honestly hoped they'd help me understand Safi better. But now, what's the point?
Hey, don't give up on this now. Hopelessness is just one of those things you feel sometimes, isn't it, in this situation? Don't let it overwhelm you.
The high point of the series. Maybe any series. You can debate me, but you'd be wrong.
That's a jarring change in her countenance there, that she would think to look at a poster and comment about it like that. But I suppose we have to put up with this. These things are in her room. It's part of who she is.
When imposter syndrome rears its head, I like to remind it that I won a fucking international photography award.
Yes. Isn't it weird? She still doubts herself even after all this time. Here's an acceptance letter, which we'll look at and read.
Last couple of days, I had to reread Yasmin's letter to remind myself what I'm even doing here.
The absence of dates in this game, in the phone messages and in letters and things like that, somewhat odd. It would be useful to have times and dates on things. Caledon University, and we have an address. Dear Miss Caulfield, it is with the utmost pleasure, on behalf of myself and my esteemed colleagues here at Caledon University, that I inform you of your selection as the Helleton Visiting Artist for the coming school year. We've been following your work and your trajectory for quite some time, and are honoured to have you share your wisdom and light with our students. During your time at our campus, you'll be staying at Helleton House, a rustic and cosy home, a short walk to campus, which has all the modern amenities you require. I imagine you'll have many questions, and if so, feel free to reach out day or night at my personal cell or via email. I look forward to working with you and seeing the works you produce under the auspices of our humble university. Cordially, Dr. Yasmin Fayyad, President, Caledon University. Believe it, Max, you are talented. This self-doubt that you have is continuous, isn't it? Photo wall.
An album probably makes more sense, but don't hate waking up to these every morning.
No, and I suppose it makes it quite easily changeable too, although you're going to get some flack for sticking them to the wall and making holes in it in a residence that you do not own. But I presume being on the staff you'll get away with it. We have a laptop which we can look at and open. I want to look at everything.
It doesn't get more batshit than twist the knife counterclockwise. And for Giallo, that's really saying something.
Her cultural life has taken an upwards trajectory since she's been here.
Moses left this here weeks ago. He and Safi were having some debate about astronomy versus astrology.
Oh, now there's a debate.
I wish I could remember what Safi said, but
Oh no,
I've already forgotten.
Don't punish yourself. Ordinary everyday exchanges, if we don't tell ourselves to remember them, we do forget. Can I go into there? I cannot. I can, however, use this here laptop, so I'm going to before we do anything else. Look at it.
This computer's come back more times than Jason Voorhees.
Oh, we've all got one of those, a laptop on its last legs.
Can't begin to imagine how hard this was for her to write. let alone to keep that professional tone all the way through.
Okay. Dear Caledon community, as your university president, I write to inform you that in the light of recent passing of one of our beloved Caledon students, classes and planned special events will be cancelled until further notice. This is a difficult decision, and I know many of you are looking forward to the end of term activities for which our campus is famous, and I hope you understand my reasons for doing so. Losing one of our own, whom a number of you knew personally, is not easy, and I want to assure you that grief counsellors will be available to you at no cost should you feel the need. Thank you for your understanding during this trying time. Cordially, Dr. Yasmin Fayyad.
Yasmin has been nothing but supportive throughout my time here, and I owe it to her to make time should she need it.
You do. You know you really do, Maxine. You've got to step up. The woman's got tremendous dignity. Hello, Maxine. I hope you can forgive me for the more formal tone in my earlier email to faculty, staff and students. These have been some of the hardest days of my life, and if I'm being completely honest, I feel like I'm adrift. It's a wonder I'm holding it together at all. I know you and a few others were very close with Sophia, and I pray you'll understand if I reach out to you or lean on you for some support in the coming days. Cordially, Dr. Yasmin Fayyad. Everything seems to be cordially with her.
This site was mostly bullshit platitudes that were hard to take seriously.
Losing a close friend. Losing a loved one is among the most heartbreaking things we can experience, but it's important to know that the loss of a close friend can often be just as overwhelming. A true friend can feel like family, and their absence, and the grief that comes with it, deserves the fullness of your care and consideration. It's a weird thing when you're alive, isn't it, that looking at things like this can almost seem off-putting. It's things that you don't want to deal with before their time.
I thought about baking these, but that would have required a trip to the store, and that would have required me to leave the house.
Yes, brownies. I mean, they are a comfort food, let's be honest. Esme's classic no-bake brownies. Don't even have to bake them. Let's get this out of the way right off the bat. When you're feeling low, eating sometimes healthy is always going to be, something healthy is always going to be better than engaging the sweeter impulses. But sometimes that's exactly what you need. And this recipe has precisely what you're looking for. And it looks like it does. My daughter, big fan of brownies. I believe we're going to have to go downstairs. Can we actually use this record player? We cannot. Oh, but there is a drawer here which I didn't look at. And that's where we get dressed.
If I'm going to see Amanda, I should put on something vaguely human-like.
Yeah, get dressed then. Oh, I get to choose again, but limited choices. I like the flowers. Let's look at the... how do I select? It's not selecting. Oh, it is selecting. Do you know, I'd be tempted to say like that because it's kind of muted and someone's just died and all that. Well, let's rotate. Yeah, I think that's suitably demure. Confirm.
Now to take care of downstairs.
Yeah, let's do that. Are we going to be cleaning up? Do we have a vacuum? Is there a... What are you doing? That was a twitchy staircase. I mean, they were right when they said she'd be staying somewhere nice. I mean, look at it. It's beautiful, isn't it? I'm going to walk around the room because there may be stuff to interact with. I don't know. I do not know. The beauty of a blind playthrough. Polaroid, of course.
This isn't one of mine. How'd this get here?
I don't know.
Looks like one of the previous artists in residence was also a fan of Neb. Or a Neb hater like Safi.
Yes, something wanted in, or something wanted out. I'm not sure which is the more scary. That is a massive plant.
Legend has it Samson here is older than Hellerton itself.
I would imagine that would take a while to grow. Wow. Okay, impressed. Magazines. Let's look at the magazines first.
The premier journal for the discerning gorehound. As soon as I had a semi-permanent address, I renewed my subscription.
Yes, okay, Max. I mean, that's not disturbing at all, is it? And anime DVDs.
Moses loves this. I promised I'd watch, but it's been 4 months and I don't have the heart to tell him I probably won't.
Well, maybe you should watch it, Max, because it's a bonding thing, isn't it? You know, when friends offer you stuff like that, just try it out and see what it feels like. Try it for size. A wooden sculpture.
One of the past Hellerton artists made this. Woodwork seems so unforgiving. You have to live with your mistakes.
So the Woolerton, the artists, the Hellerton artists are leaving this stuff behind, these things, mementos of their occupation. And here is a memories box.
Leave it to my very normal brain to respond to my most recent loss by fixating on the last one. One of the last things I got from Chloe.
This is
It wasn't an invitation.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, this business of them splitting up, still I'm trying to come to terms with the basis upon which it happened. It just seems like irritations built up. Little differences became big differences. And then fundamentally, the biggest difference of wanting to settle down versus not wanting to settle down, I'm still thinking, was what has driven them apart at this point. But now is not forever.
Years later, this still sucks to read. You always did know how to make every word count.
Now this is going to be very significant. Hey Max, I started writing this in St. Louis, hence the big arch on the postcard, but I'm sending it from Tennessee because it took that long to figure out what I wanted to say. When we were teens, I thought being able to rewind time was the coolest in the world, and I guess it was for a while. The problem is, the more often you go back in time, the less often you're looking forward. I wanted to look forward, to move forward with you, Max, into a future we couldn't predict, and all the messiness that brings. Eventually I knew, as much as it hurt, that you would never be able to do that. Not with me, at least. I love you, Max. That will always be true. I hope you find someone you no longer feel the need to rewind for, and can look forward unafraid. Love, Chloe. So, pretty much what we thought. Chloe wants to set the past behind her and simply look to the present and the future. To her way of thinking, revisiting things that happened a while back, for the 100th time, you're not going to learn anything new. And even though Max abstained from using her rewind power, which probably Chloe supported because she said, she thought it was cool, then she realised it wasn't. Even though Max refrained from using it, Chloe still had this feeling that Max was trapped in the past, that she could not let go of what had happened and her role in it, the choice about saving Chloe over Arcadia Bay. It might seem like the depths of ingratitude from Chloe that she would ditch the person, effectively, who had saved her life at the expense of so many others, and yet there's a kind of organic thing to it too. I do get where it's coming from. Again, if you're a massive fan of Max and Chloe being together, then this hurts, doesn't it? Because this doesn't fit the headcanon of what you think their relationship would have evolved into going forwards. It always seemed like there were obstacles in their way, and that once the obstacles were removed, things would progressively grow stronger and they would get closer and closer. But that was just one of the possibilities, not necessarily the way it would have turned out. Very interesting.
Almost everyone I ever knew. Gone. Just like that. All because of me.
Yeah, in the same memory box. Interesting, isn't it? In the same memory box. She hasn't let go. She does still blame herself. And the article basically said, climate strange. In a meteorological turn of events that's baffled climate scientists from both NOAA and NASA, an impossibly rare West Coast tornado wiped the town of Arcadia Bay, Oregon completely off the map, As our planet warms, these same scientists warn that so-called freak weather events like this will become all too common. And yet they probably haven't, and that's the thing, isn't it? In the 10 years since, in Max's universe, they have not been a series of these events which would have comforted her and made her think, well, you know, maybe it wasn't all down to me. Maybe. Oh, Max. This is why she's not over Chloe as such. Oh, journal! And no dates again. Interesting. So, I mean, it's page 1 of 9, so I'm just going to read them in the order that they are. I don't know what day it is. I only know it's night because you're sleeping in the bed next to me. Motel blackout shades are no joke. I don't know where we are. I don't even know if we went north or south. I grabbed a new journal from a souvenir shop, but when I tried to look at the calendar, it was like all the dates ran together. You told me to save your family, and now they're dead. Please don't hate me. Please don't hate me. Please don't hate me. If I wanted to just get in the driver's seat and point us to the ocean, I wonder if you would stop me. October 18th. We do have dates. Okay, Michigan in October. Really cold. Someone once told me that you can get hypothermia from swimming in Lake Superior, even in the summer. I don't know if that's actually true, but looking at how blue and deep it is, I believe it. You say Lake Superior, more like Lake Disappointing. Then you pressed your cold toes against my bare legs like a huge... This is girlfriend abuse, I'm pretty sure. I wanted to go to LA, but you weren't interested. You said it's because you don't want to be a bougie Hollywood lesbian couple. But I know you were thinking about Rachel. I wish she was alive to be here with us. I wish I could have known her. And then we have some photos. Max, gel pens, man. This is 10th grade. We could just talk with our mouths. No, this is dope. We came all this way to write back and forth to each other like we're passing notes in school. Okay, if this is so boring, why don't you go talk to that guy at the counter who keeps checking you out? LMAO, no. It'll be funny, he'll definitely think he's getting a 2-for-1 deal. Chloe, oh my god. We'd rock his world. I hate his beard. We'd make him shave it first, then obviously we'll kill him in the morning. What? Why? Because you're mine. Oh, look at this. She left me. There's a black hole. Or is it a tornado? Or is it both? Hole to another universe? Hole to the future? May 15. This book is dusty. I found it after 2 days of looking. This is what I get for keeping mine in storage. The letter from Caledon made me think about school, which made me think about you, which made me think about this book. When I met Yasmin Fayyad at my show in Boston, I had no idea she was the president of a prestigious liberal arts college. She was just some hot older lady who seemed to really want to be my friend. The artist in residence lodgings were described as a cottage in the onboarding materials, but it's the size of my last 3 apartments combined. It'd be a great place to bring friends over, if I had any. September 20th. Picture it. I'm sitting in President Fayyad's office on my first day, and in comes this girl in acid-wash jeans and a Dolce & Gabbana jacket. She says hi to me like we've been friends for years, reaches over the president's desk and snags her keys and announces she's taking the car and her too. We went and got ice cream in her mum's Porsche. Oh right, she's Yasmin Fayyad's daughter, Safi Fayyad, and a grad student at Caledon. She declared Rocky Road the best ice cream of all time and told me the jeans were an experiment that wasn't really working. That was almost a month ago, and I see her almost every day now. We're friends, I guess. It's been a while. November 5th. Did I mention that part of the Caledon Artist in Residence deal is seminars, like teaching lectures and students coming into them and learning? In a hall, with slides? I tried to tell Yasmin that I don't have any teaching experience, but what was I supposed to say? Sorry, my only photography class was 2 months in senior year. I was infatuated with a hot teacher who turned out to be a psychotic pervert and murderer who kidnapped me to his secret bunker. I can't even get through a lesson plan without thinking about Jefferson. Despite that, people seem to like the seminars. There's a couple of students in particular that I think have a lot of potential. Is this a teacher emotion? Wow, look at that drawing that she did. Safi's always encouraging me to do normal people stuff, and today it panned out. I finally got past the idle small talk stage with Amanda. She's so easy to talk to, and she does stand-up comedy in front of live humans. Who is this woman? Safi did ask about you earlier, but I sidestepped that convo like a wild bear. I wasn't up to explaining how I levelled my hometown. I have a feeling she'll bring it up again. Wow, I mean, your drawings are insane. They're really good. Oh, and here is the nightmare. Not again, not again, not again. Wow. And she's crossed lots of these things out, most of which look like not again. Max?
Really up for dragging Amanda down traumatic memory lane. Best to get this out of sight.
Yeah, I'd be quick, because she's on her way. And you know, Amanda, it really is true.
Better clean those up too.
It really is true that she's not been looking for relationships. And she doesn't have many friends then. That she still feels that way. Okay, we need to clean those up. They're still there where we were before.
Oh, Joyce. We lost you in a storm. Chloe never really looked at me the same after she found out.
Okay, so maybe that's part of this too then. Max did say, you know, you begged me to save your family and I didn't. She say Chloe instead. Joyce.
Born and raised in the Pacific Northwest, but never made it to Canada till Chloe took me. Banff National Park did not disappoint.
The implication of what I'm picking up here is that Max would have been happy to have continued the relationship, working on it, heading towards eventually Chloe coming around to her way of thinking about settling down and not continuously being on the move. And Chloe felt that. I think she sensed this in Max, that Max was not going to change, that the nomadic lifestyle with Chloe didn't suit, wasn't a long-term thing she could put up with. Maybe they were looking for, maybe Chloe was looking for something to hang her decision to split on. And that's the sort of thing that will have been going round in her mind, I think. It's really interesting. Clean those up. Put them away.
Better get these tidied up too, before Amanda gets here.
Yep, we can't have people asking questions about the past, can we? All right. I don't know what that symbol means. Let's go and look at... Oh, tidy up. I'm still in tidy up mode here. Is there anything new on the phone? I better just check while I'm here. Should I just check while I'm here? No. We saw the phone off. Okay. Oh, here's our camera. I wondered whether she still took Polaroids. I'm gathering that she does because they're on her photo wall. Yeah, I couldn't imagine Max without her camera. I'm going to go to the camera last. Messy couch, tidy up. Examine.
I've already cried through like 4 boxes of tissues. New personal record.
No, I imagine you had some experience of it when...
I don't think Amanda needs to see a 2-ply monument to my sadness today.
When Chloe sent you that letter and you broke up. Do you think Max had any inkling that it was coming, that Chloe was going to do that? I would like to think she probably did.
It may get panned as schlock, but the Brain Bucket Saga is my break glass in case of depression go-to.
I mean, yes, it's... I can imagine how watching that would take your mind off anything else. You wouldn't really be able to do much else than watch it.
Might be down to watch a decapitated head in a bucket wreak havoc, but probably shouldn't assume.
Yeah, not today. It's somewhat inappropriate. I would think a cup of tea and a digestive biscuit might be better. Oops.
Amanda's at the door.
Great.
I hope she isn't mad that I ignored her calls.
I haven't finished with the phone. With a...
More than a few days since I used this.
Right, that's why it's there.
I'm not exactly in a picture-taking frame of mind.
I gathered that. Just a second.
I'm here. Not sure if the doorbell worked.
Yeah, the doorbell worked, but I'm busy. Back in a sec.
Grief dinner. It's chunky, though, so it feels like more of a substantial meal.
Yeah. You know, sometimes what you need is what...
Lovely weather we're having out here, but it's probably nicer indoors.
You can carry on with the caustic remarks.
If only a strong cup of coffee, or 5, could speed me through what I'm feeling right now.
Yeah, don't have too much caffeine in one go.
I swear I'll clean that one pan eventually.
I think you should.
Amanda will understand. Thank you, hot sauce. You're the only pick-me-up I've had the last day and change.
Just so you know, Max, the food I brought is getting cold.
That's okay, I'm coming to you in a second.
The Lakeport cop investigating Safi's death. Safi's murder.
It is a murder.
Kept Moses and I for questioning for hours and hours.
Yes, because you were the 2 last people to see her
I
alive.
saw a very suspicious owl. Does that help, officer?
Anything, Max. Anything could help. You don't know. That's what detectives do. They detect. Darkroom. Oh. Not yet. I think not yet. Or can I go down? Okay. Hang on, Amanda.
Haven't been down to the dark room in a minute. It's dark enough up here lately.
I'm going to go downstairs. Amanda, I know you're waiting, and I promise I'm going to come to you in a second. Just keep the food under your jumper. Keep it warm. This could be important.
How long does it take for frostbite to set in? Asking for a friend.
I really am coming to see you. Don't worry.
Shutterbud 420's YouTube tutorial made fixing you seem so much easier.
Is it possible to pick a lock with an icicle? Asking for a different friend.
No, it's not possible.
The original award got damaged in one of my moves, but this article reminds me that winning wasn't a dream.
Max, how could you let your award get damaged? That sounds so uncharacteristic.
Every time I give a workshop, some student still feels it's not real photography if it's digital.
Yeah, I mean, there is a point of view there, isn't there? That the consideration required in composing a photograph is different with digital. You don't have to be as careful because you can take more shots if it goes wrong. Quick, rush upstairs and let Amanda in. It's pretty much what I was discussing earlier. All right, I'm going to let you in now. I'm so sorry. What was the food you were bringing anyway?
I should let Amanda in before she freezes.
Oh, she's all right. She's used to these temperatures. She lives
Amanda.
here.
Welcome to hell.
Oh, honey. We're doing dramatic goth kid grief.
Go big or go home, I always say.
Okay. I love Amanda's turn of phrase. Food. It's what you do. You bring people food.
She's really gone, Amanda. Safi was here 2 days ago. And now...
I know, Max. I know.
Why would anybody want to... I mean...
Yes.
She was just...
It's something to do with that phone call, obviously, isn't it? The contents of that phone call is paramount. We have to get to the bottom of it. I think she'd say thank you for looking out for me.
I appreciate you checking in on me. You didn't have to.
Oh, I 100% did. Nobody's seen you for 2 days.
I'll begrudgingly admit, it is nice to see a friendly face.
A friendly face. With food. Homegrown salad and homemade focaccia.
Damn. Okay, then. I would have been happy with old Halloween candy and a Pop-Tart.
This is more
Full
nutritious.
disclosure, I don't exactly have the biggest of appetites right now.
Really? Eating always makes me feel better. Never encountered a mood that couldn't be improved by demolishing an entire pizza solo.
Yeah, okay, I'm warming to Amanda.
You just wait till I'm feeling better. I could eat you under the table.
Wowzers.
Okay. You must not have heard it before.
What? It's a common turn of phrase. You're the one making it dirty. I plead innocent.
Oh, so you're just gonna tweet through it then?
I won't be speaking further without my lawyer present.
And now back to
You
feeling
need
sad.
to eat, Max. The stuff that makes you feel close to normal again is usually what you need the most.
Wise words.
Whoa. I haven't seen one of these since I was like 10. I would have figured instant cameras were a professional photography no-no.
I like them. Always have. So, I don't know. Tactile.
Incredibly tactile.
Looking through the viewfinder, holding the photo in your hands, it feels more real.
Such a simple viewfinder too.
Another way to make you feel normal again? Taking a picture of your friend Amanda.
Come on, do it.
I'm really not up for it, Amanda.
Oh, come on. I've never had my picture taken by anybody famous before.
She would say she's not really that famous, I think. She's still self-deprecating to a degree.
You have an extremely loose definition of famous.
Isn't that why you're here? Bringing prestige to humble Caledon.
Sure. Something like that.
Can't argue with that.
That's what I'm talking about.
Are we taking this picture or is she taking it?
I can't believe she's making me do this.
We're taking it.
How should I pose for Caledon's illustrious artist in residence?
I don't know. I think actually we get more context by... Oh, I don't know. By seeing some of the background too. It kind of has clutter, but it's also perspective lines, isn't it? Can you see the way the box is arrowing in from the right and the couch is arrowing in from the left? It does draw your attention to the person in the middle. What do we get?
Show me your goofy side.
Okay, we can't see that.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Basically going to go through the same things over and over. Can we... Is there... We're going to go with one of these. I think we might go with that one. That's pretty good. I like the way the telescope is looking one way and she's looking the other. R1 gives us a double exposure. It's a feature of her camera that she can take 2 exposures. I looked this up in the instructions in the settings. So we'll do an R1 double exposure and see what happens here. Ready? Oh. Okay. So we could do it where she's... After this one, that one. Before she puts her hand up. Yeah, I'm going to keep that. Let's post that photo. It's been posted. It's on Crosstalk. We can see it. The face of someone who knew how to cheer me up today with some homemade grub. I don't think it's had some replies. Oh, sorry, I keep forgetting it's right there. Ashley, I can't remember the last time she made me anything, and I'm her sister. Amanda, I made you breakfast 3 days ago. Sadie, the best part of brewing at the Turtle is that face. Dorian, if you hadn't had my cousin's Johnny cakes yet, you're missing out. Amanda, thank you, I don't make them just for anybody. Slim, anytime you want to hop on the grill at the Turtle, you let me know, boss. I can imagine. Good photo. Keep it. She's going to tell you to keep it.
How about another one? Different pose this time.
Okay. Why not?
All right. Oh, hang on.
Oh.
That's your phone.
Oh, shit. Sorry. It's Safi's mom. Just a sec, okay?
Yes, answer it. Come on. You really should. Oh. I hope she doesn't go looking in that Arcadia Bay memories box.
Hi, Yasmin.
Hi. Hi, Maxine.
Ask her if she's doing all right.
How are you holding up?
There's no graceful way to answer that question. Not without lying. Have you ever dealt with loss like this?
Has she? Now there's a question. Yes, unfortunately.
Sadly, I have. It doesn't get easier, but it can hurt less with time.
That was time for an honest answer.
A bitter balm. I wanted to talk to you face to face, if possible. Doing this over the phone feels so...
Of course.
Impersonal.
I can come by today.
I'll be in my office all day. Just let Vin know when you arrive.
Vin works in admin. We've said this before, haven't we?
Everything okay?
Not sure. I need to head to campus to meet with her.
The second photograph didn't happen. You got dressed quickly.
Can't thank you enough for coming by, Amanda.
It's what you do. This is the one thing that brightened your mood today. Aside from me. Come on. I'll walk with you.
If she was going to get close to anybody in this, I think it would be Amanda. Because although she was... You know, Max told Safi she wasn't interested in Amanda or she wasn't her type or something. I do think that was a bit of deflection on her part. I think it was a bit of subterfuge just to... I don't know, maybe she's still in the situation where she doesn't feel like she deserves to be happy. Could be that. Could be an element of her sabotaging herself. Not sure. Interesting though. Wow, Caledon is picturesque. And ancient. And isolated. And a murder scene.
Yasmin's office is in the old administration building.
Okay. What did she see?
Well, time to see these jokers burn down the Turtle in my absence.
Will I see you later?
You know where to find me.
Interesting. That was good that she actually asked a
Better
question.
head to the admin building. Yasmin's expecting me.
Oh yeah, hang on a second. There's stuff to look at.
Fort Frosty was all anybody talked about last week.
No one's really in the mood for snowballs anymore.
I think we're actually going to be allowed to wander around here for a bit. There may be things to interact with. And I like interacting. How about these people? Do you want to talk? Ooh, 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 ooh.
This piece must weigh a ton,
I
but
bet.
it's barely touching the ground.
Yes, concerning, isn't it? There's a lot of people. I was going to say there aren't many individuals around. A lot of people are walking around in twos. Maybe that's a security thing after what happened. While they still don't know who the culprit was. The motive. Whether this killing spree is a spree that's just started.
This will help me get my bearings a little bit.
It will. Well, yes, it's a list of places. Okay. Right. Anybody want to talk? I'm tempted to go all the way down here because I can. I mean, these people are okay because they're in the close proximity to the building. There are lots of people around. It's relatively safe. I mean, it is beautiful. Just look at it. I think we should stand on the bridge and take a
No
look.
turtle for me. It'll look bad if Yasmin finds out I'm putting her off.
Oh, it won't let me go that way. I only wanted to stand on the bridge so I could take in the scenery. Chalk sign. Oh.
Just when you thought the online tests were behind us.
Interesting. Finals postponed. Oh, we can now speak.
All been so scary, you know?
It's exactly why I'm here, to help everyone feel safe.
You know what I think would actually help a lot? If we all just knew a little bit more about what's going on.
Yes, she's trying to probe for answers here, Loretta.
Sorry, I'm not at liberty to discuss any facts of the case.
Of course, I totally understand. Is there anything that you can tell us?
A graduate student was found dead on campus. The circumstances of her death require further investigation.
Okay.
That's really all I can say.
That sounded like a pre-prepared answer. That's all you're
On
going
the
to...
force long?
About 5 years?
Is this the first college campus you've had to babysit?
I see what you're doing.
Yes, trying to wheedle his way in. Her way in, isn't she?
You might not make a half-bad cop yourself one day.
Good line of questioning.
I have other plans.
Okay, let's look at Loretta.
That's Loretta something. Seen her in a few of my workshops. Journalism major, I think. Doesn't look like she's getting the scoop she wanted.
Yeah, I thought journalism. Oh, she has a voice recorder with her too. Of course she does. Let's look at the officer. Hello.
Extra security. So why don't I feel any safer?
It's often the thing, isn't it, that when you see security, it actually makes you think about not being secure as well.
I shouldn't keep Yasmin waiting too long.
You shouldn't. You really shouldn't keep her waiting. But there may be the odd person here we've not spoken to. Which door is it we're going in anyway? Is it this one? Excuse me. Well, that's the admin building. So let's just go and have a look at that door that said Fine Arts Building. Yasmin's not going anywhere. She's in her office all day. She said so. I'm running. I could get arrested for that. Enter the Fine Arts Building. Oh, look at that.
I should head to the admin building. Hello, Mr. Counselor. Would you like me to start with my time travel trauma, or should we dive right into finding my friend dead in the snow?
Okay. It's okay not to be okay. A death on campus can be upsetting, scary and isolating. Caledon University has counsellors on campus to help. If you're struggling with this or anything else, please reach out. We can go in through this door. So I think we should before we go to see Yasmin, because otherwise we might not be allowed back.
I'll head over to admin to see Yasmin soon.
Yes, we will. That's what I just said. Phew, that was lucky. We have...
It's really nice to have something small to laugh at.
Okay, we have a new text or two. Amanda Comedy. King Arthur to the Knights of the Round Table. Men, we ride at dawn. Amanda comedy, Knights cheering. Amanda comedy, King Arthur opens his eyes in bed. The sun is out. Okay, well, we'll ride at 10:30 then. Amanda comedy, King Arthur leisurely peruses the castle breakfast bar. I know what I said, Brian. We ride when we ride. Tim laughs a lot. Gwen, historically accurate, I'm sure. Right, and what was the other thing we had? On the main feed. I can't see anything terribly new. It might be in crosstalk. I think it said it was in crosstalk. Oh.
Looks like one of the previous artists in residence was also a fan of Neb.
We know this.
Or a Neb hater like Safi.
Why does that say Observatory Path Overlook December 4th? Did I miss something? Did I miss something? It's entirely possible. That's the thing with blind playthroughs, isn't it? If it's not a blind playthrough, then you've got a guide to help you with. If you really want one, you can look everything up on the internet nowadays, can't you? And you miss nothing. But if you're doing it blind, then inevitably, unless you're going to take a very, very, very long
Max.
time.
Go talk to Yasmin.
I'm going to go to talk to Yasmin. Then you will miss some stuff.
It's a shame. I was so looking forward to being terrorized by St. Nick's shriveled mutant sidekick.
Weirdly, I think Krampus on campus would have been something that would have appealed to you, Max, and your sense of humour. Okay, some of these rooms we cannot go into. Bicycle painting.
Is that a penguin head in the spokes?
I think it might be. Well, there's no accounting for taste. Is this a conversation we can eavesdrop on? It's not. It's people saying about how shocking it is what happened to Sophia.
I should go to the admin building before Yasmin thinks I'm avoiding her.
Yes! Going there, going there. Don't worry about it. We know she's going to be there all day. This is the post room. Or at least it's internal communications room. Ah, paper. We're going to miss it when it's not around anymore. Bulletin board. Ooh.
Thanks for nothing, Caledon campus security.
Campus security
Too
alert.
late.
Oh well, they're trying. In compliance with federal disclosure procedures, Caledon University is giving notice of a violent crime that was committed on campus. Date, December 4th, 11 p.m. Location, Everett Observatory Overlook Trail. Reported offence, female graduate student was found dead, the victim of a gunshot wound. And then if you have any information that might be helpful in the investigation, to reduce your chances of being a victim of crime, 1. Be aware of your surroundings and be vigilant of those around you. 2. Move in groups and only in well-lighted areas. Call Caledon Security for campus escorts. Take care of each other, Cardinals. Surely they should be called Caledonians, shouldn't they?
And I thought Amanda couldn't get any cuter.
The second annual Champlain Comedy Festival. It's going to be a thing. You can buy tickets.
If I can break into a bowling alley, I'm sure these chuckle fucks can bypass a dorm lock.
Well, yes, you did break into a bowling alley, didn't you? Attention, Caledon students. Do you know what? The text's actually bigger on the poster than it is when you press read. There have been reports about a number of break-ins happening across Lakeport. Please be vigilant. Remember to always lock your doors and windows before leaving your dorms. If you have any information regarding this situation, please don't hesitate to contact campus security by phone or text at Take care of each other, Cardinals. Caledonians. I still want to call them Caledonians. This is very much the sort of admin-y type area, isn't it? I mean, there's so much stuff to see here. We have a diptych.
Ugh, I can't even look at this right now. My old stuff is just cringe.
Max, come on. You're just feeling like that now. I think your impressions of your work is somewhat distorted at the moment.
What's that saying? If you're going through hell, keep going?
Jonah. That's a good photograph. That's a good composition. A triptych. Order up photo?
Took this right after I left Arcadia Bay.
Wow.
I think that's the most alone I've ever felt.
I'm surprised you were taking photographs so quickly afterwards. But then it's always been your way of dealing with things, hasn't it? Starry sky painting. Bit of Van Gogh.
The sky cat attacks.
Very good. The prints make all the difference. It's a coffee bar.
Coffee. For when you lose your will to live.
Take one with you when you go to see Yasmin. Let's have one. What do you fancy? Oh, coffee, definitely.
Hey, black coffee?
Sure thing.
Please. I take it that you don't have to pay for this because you're staff. And we're taking in the scenery.
I wish you would have never come back to Arcadia Bay. You're the real storm.
I haven't stayed in one place this long since... Well, it's been a while. I almost forgot what belonging feels like. And now, this.
Yeah.
Now Safi. I should have known better than to hope things would be different. Sometimes, it feels like I'm cursed.
Yes.
Like, no matter how fast and far I run, the past is still gonna find me.
That thought just occurred to me. It's like you're being pursued, isn't it? It doesn't matter where she goes. It's following her, whatever this thing is. That's an interesting thought I had not had before. We tended to assume this is all about Safi. Maybe it's not. Maybe something like this would have happened wherever Max settled. Okay, Max, we need to get off our bottoms and move. Is that finished with? Did you drink it that quickly? Whoa, you're going to have such a caffeine hit. You really are. Oh.
Who said anything about murder? The email said there was a death.
I heard she was strangled. Scratch marks on her neck and everything.
The rumour mill.
Wait, really?
I mean, that's what I heard.
Dude, don't make stuff
scratch
up.
Marks? You mean like from talons? Big scary talons?
Come on, I never said that.
Like Mothman? You and your cryptids.
Well, I'm not hearing any better explanations.
Honestly.
If a cryptid killed her, would it even be considered a murder? Doesn't murder require premeditation?
Cryptids can premeditate.
Statistically, people are murdered by someone they know. Like a boyfriend or a sibling or something like that.
Oh my god, dude, do not.
Do you think this chick was dating Bigfoot?
You're being so disrespectful.
You're the one spitballing that she might have been strangled to death by the Jersey Devil.
The Jersey Devil doesn't strangle people.
No, you're right. He's from Jersey. He'd use a gun.
Do you think they'd tell me if I made an inquiry?
No.
Why would they? You're not her friend or her family member. You're just a silly little boy who loves the Loch Ness Monster.
Oh, true believer.
Jerk.
Would you like me better if I was part moth? Like if I had a moth for a head?
It might be an improvement, yeah.
Max, these two guys are shooting the breeze, aren't they? Let's leave them to it. Although, interestingly...
Come on, Max. Go talk to Yasmin.
We're going to go talk to Yasmin, but there are still things to do. In this building.
May we all one day aspire to be as happy as a burgeoning goth kid with his first skull balloon.
Yeah, I mean, I did spot this from a distance, that it's a balloon in the shape of a skull. Very good. Oh, painting of Amanda.
Not only does it look like Amanda, they even got her hair buns. She's probably lots of students' muse.
You think so? An upside down face.
You know, despite that art prankster at large, I think this one is actually right side up.
I think it's meant to look like that. Absolutely, yeah. I mean, the heart is the right way up. Perhaps it's something about love, turning your life upside down. Well, that's all we've got time for today. I'll put some clothes on, please.
I should go to the admin building before Yasmin thinks I'm avoiding her.
Yes, I'm not surprised he doesn't want me to discuss that photograph. But this one it does, apparently. Third eye painting.
I'll bet they've got quite an eye for photography.
Max.
3 of them, even.
Max, this is not the time for levity. Does this person want to talk?
Well,
oh.
if it'll help you, then okay.
Yeah? You good with this? Assassin's buddies?
I'm good with it. So, how are we going to do this? Do we just sound the alarm if we see each other's assassins?
Oh,
right,
gosh.
Yeah. Text me, hey Alice, I saw your assassin just now. The fab is a danger zone. Something like that. Here, let's exchange numbers.
People are thinking too much about this.
Okay.
This is what happens, isn't it? In the absence of
But what if you're my assassin?
information and facts.
You're right. I could be luring you to my nest.
I don't think an assassin would have a nest.
Sure she would. Where else would she keep her knives?
Okay. Well, that...
Hey,
What?
Are you busy right now?
Not really. I have a night class, but before that, I'm in full assassin avoidance mode.
Right. Do you want to avoid our assassins together?
Now there's a pickup
What now?
line.
I mean, we could strategize. You could come over to my place. I have a Playbox 5.
Wow. Big spender.
Or we could get coffee.
But our assassins.
Assassins hate coffee. I read it in a book. And by that I mean the snapping turtle is a safe zone?
Sure, okay. I guess alliances can involve a latte.
Well, who knew? Out of this tragedy came some good. Sophia would be... She'd find that really amusing.
Not sure I'd leave my stuff lying around like this.
Definitely not when Max can press use and see what you're
Loretta
doing.
must have left this to finish uploading. Damn. Girl's got a lot of fans.
She has. And a lot of episodes of her podcast. It's doing pretty well. Good work. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop on your phone call. I know I'm going to miss little bits here, but inevitably we're going to have to make progress. A holiday flyer? I think I... Whoa, stop glitching. Yeah, we've seen
I
it.
was so looking forward to being terrorized by Saint Nick's shriveled mutant sidekick.
I know, visual glitch there. Did you see that? I was standing rather too close to it. I think I may have seen most of this stuff now, and it might be time for us to go to admin. I think I'll go this way. Let's enter the admin building. Right. So I'm expecting to encounter Vin because Yasmin mentioned Vin will get you through to see me or something. Okay.
Okay. Yasmin's office is down the hall.
Crosstalk post first. What is this crosstalk post? Oh, it's Loretta on the trail. I will be reporting on Sophia Llewellyn Fayad's death as details emerge. If you knew her, my DMs are open. Pauline. Can't wait for your first ep in this arc. Already hooked. Go back to Loretta, please. I was reading that. Diamond. Now, where are you going with this, Loretta? Gwen, email me and we'll discuss appropriateness of this project. Loretta, I appreciate the concern, but Get a Clue is a personal project, not a course assignment. She's telling him to back off. Find Yasmin in her office. This I shall do. Hey, what's everybody doing here? I can't resist an open door because you don't know.
Thanks for nothing, Caledon campus security.
Yeah, we've had the security alert.
Is this a student literary mag?
I think it is.
Colmenero fanzine.
This is our Lucas Colmenero. Plumage is apparently the name of the Caledon University Arts and Literary magazine. And they're accepting all fiction, non-fiction, poetry and art through January 1st, open to all students regardless of major. What is the purpose of a voice if it stays forever silent? Lucas Colmenero, quoting himself. Questions and submissions to email address. Yeah, I can see why some students might think he was a little bit full of himself. And something about the inappropriateness of him quoting relatives and their publications at a time when people are technically mourning. Oh, another conversation.
Must have been a pretty penny in the middle of Vermont winter.
I guess Abraxas has some extra cash to throw around, with Krampus cancelled.
Obviously I get why, but I'm still bummed we're not doing Krampus on campus this year. It sounded like fun.
You're only a freshman. I promise there will be more Krampi in your future.
Plural of Krampus?
Assuming you stay on Vin's good side.
Vin loves me. Vin loves me, right?
We don't really know him yet, so I couldn't comment on that. But we're going to find out what he's like, I think, in a minute. We can't go up there.
It'd be rude to keep Yasmin waiting.
It would be rude. I mean, goodness knows Are you Vin? I think that might be Vin, because there was a picture of a desk, wasn't there, earlier? Oh, look at this.
I should probably write something, even if I can't find the right words.
Do we get to choose what we write? Goodbye message. We won't cry because you're gone, we'll smile because you lived. Your life was a blessing and your memory a treasure. Your work will touch the lives for decades to come. Gone but not forgotten. Colmenero signed it. I'm so sorry for everything. I'll try to do better from now on. Why is it always the good ones? This place won't be the same without you. You were greatly loved and deeply missed. We love you, Safi. Those who touch our lives stay in our hearts forever. Safi, you have so many hearts to live on in. You are loved beyond words and missed beyond measure. I never got Langston Hughes until you gave your lecture on him. I haven't looked at the Weary Blues the same way since. Thank you for that, A.S. Safi, if only I had a time machine, maybe I could tell you everything I want to. Until then, get some rest. I know wherever you are, you're giving them an earful for taking you away from us. In loving memory of Safala Llewellyn Fayad. What's she going to write? Oh, we get to write. Come on, Max. She's thinking. Black. Matching her mood. Oh, no, we've got to write something. I think to be remembered is the thing, isn't it? She'll never forget her, that's certainly true. Max has written her truth. You'll never know all you did for me, from welcoming me to Caledon to being a friend when I needed it most. I'll never forget that, and I'll never forget you, love, Max. Good. I feel like we've achieved something there now. More magazines. There's so much to look
Yasmin
at.
keeps her own cover issue in her office waiting room. A real girl boss move.
It kind of is, isn't it? Because if people are coming who don't know you and haven't not aware of your reputation, they read that before they get to meet you. Kind of lays the ground, sets the scene, establishes a kind of ranking.
Even waiting for Yasmin is a luxury experience.
They have had this furniture for a while, I'm guessing.
Really giving me expensive car dealership vibes.
Please don't have another coffee. You've already had one. You'll be as high as a kite by the time you go in there to speak to her. Let's go and look at Vin. Hello, Vin.
Vin Lang. Total mystery. What kind of title is administrative assistant anyway?
I'm wondering this. He probably does an awful lot of scheduling for her. It looks like he does. Let's talk to Vin.
Howdy, Vin.
Hey, Vin. How have you been?
Let me guess. She texted you to come see her? I keep telling her to send all comms through me, but sometimes she goes rogue.
How dare she use her phone without your permission?
You think this is an easy gig?
I don't know what to make of you.
Kahuna's got a social calendar like a TikTok influencer.
I'm sorry. Kahuna? That's borderline adorable.
Listen. I'm really sorry about Safi.
Good. You should be.
Thanks. Me too.
She and I had our issues, but...
Really?
She was an amazing person, and we're all gonna miss her.
First person who have issues with her? What issues? Oh, what kind of issues? Oh, yes.
Issues? What could the two of you have to fight about?
I got between Safi and her mom constantly. Could you blame her for hating my ass? It's good you're here. Well, she's about like you'd guess.
I don't know what I can do.
Are you kidding? She's obsessed with you. I'm a little jealous, actually. See, I only like favoritism when I'm the one who's favored.
Why does that not surprise me?
Well, she's got somebody with her now, so it'll be a few. Or if you're dying for stimulation, I've got a package waiting for me down the hall. You're welcome to get it for me.
Does your beneficence know no bounds?
Fuck! You gotta be kidding me.
Whoa.
Sounds like someone else needs my help.
Good luck.
What?
Have fun.
I don't know what to make of Vin. I do not know what to make of Vin. Help Vin find the package. Speak to Gwen. Do you know what? I've been filming for well over an hour again. I said this would happen. I'm going to call a stop at that point because we've had a save point. I'm not going to do an outro for this particular thing either. I will just put myself back on proper video screen like that so you've got a slide to look at. There's so much to think about there. Immediately when I stop this, I'm going to be making loads of notes and I'll talk about all that before the start of episode 4. I hope you enjoyed episode 3. We found some good stuff out there, particularly about Max and Chloe, but also about Safi. Yeah, there's a lot there to piece together. I'm really looking forward to doing it now. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll be back with episode 4 really soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.